Do you need a great marketing tool to advertise your business or event? Then use Ottumwa Coasters. Get your business or event on drink coasters featured in Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. It's the most fun and effective way to reach the community. Starting at just $199, you get 1,000 coasters delivered to Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. Look for Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook or call or text 573-932-0111.
And here's your host, Steve Shedler.
Hey-o! Good morning to you, Internet. It is Friday, December 8th. Can you believe it? We are already 8 days into December. What a beautiful day we had yesterday, and what a beautiful day we're going to have today. Our morning wake up brought to us by our friends at Ottumwa Coasters. Let's bring up that graphic right now. I was just in Ottumwa yesterday, and I saw Elizabeth with Ottumwa Coasters. I got a whole stack of my coasters that I'm going to be distributing around the Sigourney area. Maybe I'll take some over to Oskaloosa as well. But restaurants in Ottumwa, all the popular restaurants have Ottumwa Coasters in them. So this is a great way to advertise your business, your event, whatever you got going on. If you want to stick your face on an Ottumwa Coaster, I'm sure you could do that. The crazy idea of maybe you're looking for a date, a girlfriend, stick your face on and your phone number on an Ottumwa Coaster, maybe somebody will call you. You can do that by getting a hold of Elizabeth at Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook. Just like and follow on Ottumwa Coasters. Let's see here. And you can get your business or whatever you want on an Ottumwa Coaster and get that in front of a bunch of people. If you want to help somebody out this Christmas season, you can also do that. You can sponsor some coasters for your favorite nonprofit. You got Elizabeth's number there at the bottom, 573-932-0111. And get to rocking and rolling with Ottumwa Coasters. They bring us our morning wake up. Amy's Salon House and Spa in Sigourney brings us our forecast. And for today, as I mentioned, today for December 8th, crazy nice, beautiful day. Partly sunny skies today and a high of 57. West winds only around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Man, it's just incredible. I might get my lawnmower out later today and mow off some leaves. Just perfect day today. Some people this time of the year, they would probably prefer to see some snow and colder temps, but I'll take partly sunny and 57 any day of the week in December. For tonight, there is a slight chance of some rain. Cloudy skies becoming partly cloudy, a low of 35, and precip amounts less than 1/10 of an inch. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy, but much cooler, a high of just 42. Tomorrow night, cloudy, a low of 22, and blustery, and that's more like the December that we know here in Iowa. And then Sunday, sunny, and still maybe a tiny bit breezy at times, and a high of 37. Right now, current conditions in southeast Iowa. Let's see here. Humidity at 93%. Wind speed southwest at 10 miles per hour. Barometric pressure at 29.63. And we have 47 degrees in southeast Iowa. Our weather brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa in Sigourney at 202 North Main. Call or text. Get yourself an appointment made at 641-622-3772. Hair services, spa services, extensions, products, tanning at Amy's Salon House and Spa. We thank them for sponsoring our forecast on Steve Shetler Media. By the way, let's get caught up on some good mornings. Jan, got Kurt and Kathy, got Sherry, Kay, Deb, Nancy, Jackie. Thanks to all of you for tuning in this morning on a beautiful Friday. Let's see, we started this a couple of nights ago on the Steve Shetler Media page, doing a Christmas giveaway. It is the first of 3 Christmas giveaways we're going to be doing right up until Christmas here on Steve Shetler Media. And we have a 5-pack of gift cards up for grabs. If you haven't done it yet, scroll down my news feed and find this post from Wednesday night. I put this up on Wednesday night. You got gift cards, $25 gift cards to James Family Greenhouse, Amy's Salon House and Spa, Bee's Sweet Treats, Walker Drive-Thru, and the Garden Gate. Now, all of those businesses are in Sigourney. We will be having some Oskaloosa businesses, and all of the businesses that I'm giving away gift cards from are sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media. So they support me. I want to support them as much as I can. So we're doing these 5 gift cards, all going to one person, by the way. These aren't being spread out. These are all going to go to one person. Great stocking stuffers, great gift ideas. Maybe just gift yourself for making it through 2023. A 5-pack of gift cards up for grabs. All you have to do is like, share, and comment on the post from Wednesday night. So if you haven't done it yet, make sure you get to that on Steve Shetler Media. Hey, coming up later on today, just a few hours away from our Iowa Music Showcase at Barn Wired in Sigourney. You can attend live and in person, or you can watch here on Facebook and YouTube on Steve Shetler Media. We've got the young lady Gemma Bryce. And I know Gemma has been teasing, giving us the latest on her career. I don't know, maybe we'll get some new music. I don't know what she's got planned for us, but we'll find out. I'll interview her live in person. If you want to show up at Barn Wired, 11:30 to noon, get some lunch, get something to drink, get some coffee, whatever you want to do, stop by Barn Wired in person or watch the Iowa Music Showcase today with Gemma Bryce right here on Facebook and YouTube. Then coming up this evening, Keota Eagle basketball. In fact, it's 2 area teams right here in Steve Shetler Media Land, as we'll have Tri-County at Keota. Now, this is a JV boys, varsity boys doubleheader. Our first 2 broadcasts for Keota basketball have been girl-boy doubleheaders. Today, it's JV boys starting, and then varsity boys. And that Keota varsity boys team is good. They're going to launch some 3-pointers tonight, so tune in. We'll have Tri-County at Keota, 2 of our area teams battling it out, and you can see it live. Live video, live announcers, live score updates tonight here on Steve Shetler Media. Hey, coming up today and tomorrow at Brothers Market, one of our big sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media. Brothers Market having a 2-day sale today and tomorrow, and they will be having Santa this evening. Santa Claus is coming to town. That's 5 to 7 p.m. this evening. Door prizes, free samples. Check that out. There's a few more of the deals at Brothers Market. Their 2-day sale today and tomorrow in Sigourney. A lot of fun. Hey, did you see the weekly pet video from the Heartland Humane Society in Ottumwa? I always do that on Thursdays. I was in Ottumwa yesterday. Here is the highlight from, at least in my mind, this is the highlight from yesterday's video. How is he? Did you see that? Reggie the dog, I'm going to back this up. Reggie the dog, our weekly pet from the Heartland Humane Society, sneezed right in my face. Here you go. How is he? Let's see it again. Right now, how is he? Reggie! How could you do that to me, Reggie? Our weekly right in my mouth, even. I got dog snot in my mouth yesterday. I put that up as a reel last night, a Facebook reel. But if you want to watch the entire video, that's also available. Again, just go to my news feed, scroll down, and see the whole video. But yeah, If you want to see Reggie sneeze in my face, I'll show it to you one more time.
How is he?
Thanks, Reg. Reggie, our weekly pet on Steve Shetler Media. Check him out at the Heartland Humane Society. Well, let's get to our featured interview for today as Ralphie Munson. What a lady. What a character. Always smiling, always laughing. And she loves me for some reason. And I love Ralphie, too. So here's our interview talking about this great thing that Ralphie does during the Christmas season. It's called The Love Train. Here's that video.
Hey, it's Steve here on Steve Shetler Media. As you can see, I've got the one and only Ralphie Munson hanging out with me. Ralphie, how you doing today?
It's such a beautiful day.
It is.
It really
is a beautiful day. And we are here to chat with Ralphie about The Love Train. Now, if you're friends with Ralphie on Facebook, you already know what I'm talking about. But if you're not, we're going to tell you all about it. So, Ralphie, tell us, what is The Love Train?
Well, it started in 2014 when I put a post on Facebook that we were going to pay a single mom's water bill. And it was at Christmas time. And I asked if anybody wanted to send me $1 that would be included.
Okay.
And to date, I have gotten over $56,000.
That's crazy.
And that is the only time I have ever asked for money.
Okay.
And people, just around Christmas time, somebody will hand me $20. I'll put it on Facebook. Boom, here it comes. And so what we do with that money is 100% of everything goes straight to the recipient, but they don't get it. I call their utility company,
okay.
and I pay directly towards their bill, and they don't know they're getting it.
Nice.
So basically, and they've got to be working people. I call them members who contribute to society.
Okay.
So those are the ones who really struggle.
Yeah.
The working people
Yeah.
struggle.
Yes.
And so I will call, like, for example, Mid-American, and I will say I would like to apply $100 towards this person's utility bill.
Okay.
Well, they don't know it's coming, so when their bill does come, they have $100 extra to use for something else.
Very nice. So, yeah, as you mentioned, so it continues to this day. Is it basically always right around Christmas time?
Yes, please. It's a lot of work. Sorry.
You don't want to make it a year-round thing?
No, please, no. I'm sorry. I mean, I would do it for you, but it's a lot of work.
It is, I can imagine.
And it's the greatest job.
Yeah.
It's the most rewarding.
Yeah. Oh, it's a very cool idea.
Do you know how hard it is to surprise people and do something nice for them? You do.
I don't get surprised very often. So, I mean, if you were to pay my bill, I'm kidding.
Evil eye.
So do people just send you the money directly?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just comes to me either. Most people mail a check because I'm old school and I really like to get cards in the mail. And I have saved every one of them, and they will be buried with me or incinerated. But or I do have Venmo.
Okay.
Which is Venmo at Ralphie Munson, and it's like. But I got a heart. Ralphie with an I, capital M. If they go on my Facebook page, you'll see it.
Okay. And they have to be friend. Do they have to be friends with you?
No, I keep it all public. I got nothing to hide.
Okay. Yeah, because and then you also show like when you get a check in or something, you'll blank out the necessities, the personal information, but you'll show how much money you got and what's going to be given out.
I 100% believe all people should do this. I'm 100% accountable. If anybody ever went through my checking account or my Facebook, and they would see every single thing is accounted for, both what I've gotten in, what I spend out, and I post it all on Facebook.
Okay.
It also lets the recipient know I received it.
Yes.
Because a lot of times things do get lost in
Sure. Yeah.
the North Pole.
Yep.
So I just want to make sure people know I got it.
Yeah.
I did have 2 checks that got lost in the mail before.
Okay.
And so I know people probably get tired of, I'm trying to post. But I do it for the people who are sending money to make sure they know I got it.
Yeah, no, that's and it's very neat that in this day and age that people actually trust somebody somebody else with their money to do something good with it.
Don't trust me to cook for you, ever.
All right.
But I kind of did this kind of in honor of my dad.
Okay.
And I would never betray my dad's memory.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
This is my way of keeping him alive. He was always our Santa Claus.
Okay.
And so, yes, thank everybody for trusting me. And we're lucky that we live in a small community where we basically do know everybody. And so, like where I bank at, they're totally familiar with everything. Everything's confidential.
Okay.
No names or whatever. But they can see everything.
Yeah.
And I don't want any of them girls beat me up. So it's all 100% of everything goes towards the people in your neighborhood, basically.
Yeah, you're
It is.
helping those.
I do communities though, and I always try to match up who gave the money to somebody else in their situation.
Okay.
So like I got $1,000 from a family who lost a child when they were very young.
Okay.
So for 10 families, I donated $100. 500 went to a daycare. 500 went to back school lunches.
Okay.
So people that were behind on their lunch counts.
Yeah.
If I get some from somebody who's been widowed in the past, I pick out somebody who was recently widowed this year.
Yeah.
So I put in too much thought. That's why it's so much work. I make it so hard on myself. I do.
That's awesome. But obviously helping people that need it. And I always look forward to this time of the year, seeing what you're doing and seeing the money coming in and what you're putting it
You're
into.
seeing good people
Yeah.
doing good things.
Yeah.
And not asking for anything in return. Nothing. It brings out the good.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. That's very cool. Anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
I'll just say one thing I did look up today. I've gotten over $10,000 in less than a month.
Oh, that is amazing.
In less than a month.
Yeah.
And that's the people. And the other thing I always say is, I really don't like it when people say you do great things, because I don't, because they always lose focus that it's the people who selflessly give. I just get to be the conductor, where I'm the feet of Jesus, they're the hands.
On the love train.
Yeah,
Choo-choo.
the passengers are what make it. It is. It really is.
Yeah.
So please keep that in mind, that it's the people giving. There's so many good people in the world.
Yeah, and I know. I'm just
wish I could
looking
say
at your sweatshirt. You're obviously you and I are both believers in God and in Jesus. So you have that in your heart, and it's showing through. So
it's how you serve. Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, let's go
Well,
clean toilets.
All right. Yes, at Steve, I list myself on my Facebook profile as the janitor at Steve Shetler Media. So,
Well, I don't work now, so I just show up at random places and clean their toilets. Jesus washed feet, and I don't like feet, so I'm going to clean their toilets.
now we're getting really comfortable. We're just going to hang out here at the mall for a while. So thanks to Penn Central Mall for hosting us. Ralphie, thanks for what you're doing. It's an awesome thing. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks
for waiting for us. I know we were a little bit late.
I had 4 more Werthers. But thank you to the people, because they're really who makes this happen.
Yeah.
For you, too.
Yeah,
All
yes,
right.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll do it. Ralphie Munson, the Love Train, doing her thing in New Sharon. Send Ralphie some money. She's going to put it towards good use. For Ralphie, I'm Steve Shetler here on Steve Shetler Media.
All righty, so good things happening there with Ralphie. I could hang out with Ralphie all day. I like how she counts time by the amount of Werthers that she's had while she was waiting for us. But Ralphie, send her some money. Send her some money. Look her up on Facebook, and she's going to put it to good use, as she said. Just really cool things. Already has over $10,000 this year that she's been putting towards other people's bills or whatever. So Ralphie Munson and the Love Train are featured interview here on Steve Shetler Media this morning. We will put that video out as its own individual video later on today, so people can look at that and they don't have to look through the entire morning show to watch it again. But thank you to Ralphie for taking time to talk. Hey, good morning to you, Nick, Sue, Jan, Kay, Jana, Dan, Tara. Who else we got? Sue, again, Kurt and Kathy, Melissa, Tanya, all tuning in this morning. Thank you for hanging out here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's see here. There's another thing I want to share here. Take a look at this picture. All right. So I'm not outing anybody, but my wife and I were driving back into town. What day was it? Earlier this week. Let's just say that. and a car went by us in Sigourney with a bale of hay on top of it, and it wasn't strapped on top of the car. What you're seeing on the right side is somebody's arm coming up out of the passenger side, hanging on to the bale of hay. So, this reminds me of something like on Jeff Foxworthy. You might be a redneck. You might be a redneck if you see somebody driving through town holding a bale of hay on top of their car to get it to where it needs to be. I don't know. I thought the need was there to share that. That brought a smile to my face the other day. We're doing the morning wake up. It's brought to us by Ottumwa Coasters. Let's do some birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday today. Actress, this makes me feel old. Actress Kim Basinger turning 70 today. Kim Basinger, Batman, several movies back in the day. Kim Basinger, 70 years old. Got sportscaster Roy Firestone, also turning 70. Guitarist for Def Leppard, Phil Collen, turning 66. Got Marty Raybon from Shenandoah, 64 today, which reminds me, I have a guitar that is signed by Marty Raybon of Shenandoah, who had tons of country hits in the late 80s, all through the 90s, and continues to put out great music to this day. I got to give that away sometime. Again, an autographed guitar from Marty Raybon of Shenandoah. Let's see here. Terry Hatcher from Lois and Clark. Desperate Housewives, other things. Terry Hatcher is 59. Singer Corey Taylor from Slipknot, Stone Sour, right here in Iowa, 50 years old. I wonder if Corey Taylor would come down and be on the Iowa Music Showcase sometime. I should reach out. Let's see here. Dominic Monaghan. Does that name ring a bell? He's from the Shire. He's one of Frodo's friends. Dominic Monaghan from Lord of the Rings. I'm sure he's done other things, but he'll always be known as Lord of the Rings. One of the, what do you call them? Hobbits. The hairy feet. Kind of like me. 47 years old. Dominic Monaghan, one of the hobbits from the Shire. Let's see here. Football player Philip Rivers played for the Chargers. He's 42. Singer Nicki Minaj, a menagerie, is 41 years old. Country singer Sam Hunt. I met Sam once for about 30 seconds. Got a selfie. 39 years old. Basketball player Dwight Howard. He's played for a bunch of teams in the NBA. Dwight is 38. And those are your celebrity birthdays. Hey, on this date in history, by the way, good morning to you, Melissa. Got Tanya, Deb, Sandy. Good morning to all of you. On this date in history, it was today, 1940. The very first NFL championship was broadcast on the radio as the Bears beat the Redskins 73-0. Not much of a championship game. Again, 1940, first NFL championship. The Bears over the Redskins, 73-0. That is insane. It was on this date, 1952. I Love Lucy was evidently the first TV show that acknowledged pregnancy on TV. I don't know. That seems kind of weird that they, yeah. It is what it is. So, yeah. Desi I think he's probably saying, you got some splaining to do, Lucy. I Love Lucy, pregnancy, 1952. On this date, 1969, Jimi Hendrix was found not guilty of heroin possession. And it was on this date, 1980, Mark David Chapman. I believe he murdered John Lennon on this date. Today is on the National Day calendar. It's National Crossword Solvers Day. It's National Salesperson Day. Hey, I might have to go do some sales today. They have to respect me today. It's National Salesperson Day. It's National Brownie Day. And it's Pretend to be a Time Traveler Day today. So, yeah. Maybe I'll do that. I am from the future. Let's see here. Things you need to know or not know. Good morning to you, Emma. Thanks to everyone for hanging out with me this morning, early on a Friday. Things you need to know. Darius Rucker, as you may have seen earlier this week, got his Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Congratulations to him. Did you know Google has launched a new AI model known as Gemini on Wednesday? That's designed to compete with the likes of OpenAI's GPT models, and it's going to supercharge everything from Google's consumer apps to Android smartphones as AI continues to take over the world. Derek Huff says his wife Haley is hospitalized after undergoing brain surgery while on tour, so best wishes to her. Let's see here. Chevrolet passing on Super Bowl ads next time around. Instead, they have put out what you need to watch. It will make you cry, and if you don't cry, you're heartless. The Chevrolet 5-minute commercial this holiday season dealing with Alzheimer's. So they're putting the focus on Alzheimer's. Watch it. It'll bring a tear to your eye. Let's see here. New York Yankees, they won the Juan Soto sweepstakes and signed him to a one-year deal. Let's see here. $33 million for him to put on the pinstripes. Is that it? That can't be right. That'd take more than that, right? $33 million? Probably more like a lot more than that. In Miami, a woman is facing felony charges after police say that she set her Tinder date and his car on fire. You heard me right. Again, a woman facing felony charges. She set her date and his car on fire. Let's see here. Mr. Spears, the dad of Jamie and Brittany, had one of his legs amputated earlier this week after suffering an infection. It's a bummer. Let's see here. After doing over 100 films, most of which were straight to VHS, Nicolas Cage says that he is done with movies and he's going to head to television, or at least he wants to head to television. There are so many opportunities on TV right now with all of these streaming apps and, Netflix, Amazon, Apple, Paramount, HBO. Everybody has their apps. Everybody's doing original content. I'm sure Nicolas Cage will be able to find as much work as he wants. Hey, are you ready to see a MASH reunion? Kind of. Well, it's, let's see here. MASH, they're doing a TV special. They've got a bunch of the former stars like Alan Alda, William Christopher, Gary Berghoff, Jamie Farr, Loretta Swit. They've all given interviews for a 2-hour special. We'll also include some archived interviews with some of the former folks from MASH that have passed on, but look for that. Let me grab my information here. It's on New Year's Day. I'm not sure it doesn't list what actual station it's going to be on, but look for that. Maybe Google that and see where the MASH reunion is going to be taking place. Other stuff you need to know, a former employee of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the NFL team, has been accused of stealing more than $22 million from the Jaguars to fund his lavish lifestyle. We'll see what happens there. And finally, the Switchblade. You know what the Switchblade is? It is a futuristic vehicle that is a reality. It drives and flies. It's at least 2 years away from mass production, but the vehicle that, again, lets you drive and fly had a successful test flight this week. So keep your eye out on that. That'll cost around $200,000 for the Switchblade. Let's see here. You know what time it is? It's time for today's question. Today's impossible question. What percentage of people admit to have eaten food out of the trash at least once? What do you think? Percentage of people that admit to eating food out of the garbage. Have you? Maybe this should be my question of the day that I put out later today. Have you ever eaten food out of the garbage? Anybody? Anybody want to admit to that in the comments? 20%, 1 in 5, admit to having eaten food out of the trash at least once. I'm trying to think if I have ever eaten food out of the trash. It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't recall ever pulling something out of the garbage and eating it. In some weird news.
That is weird.
In some weird news, Ron Sveden. He's Swedish. Ron Sveden, a retired teacher from Brewster, Massachusetts, in the U.S., was astonished to discover that what he thought was a tumor. It's not a tumor. What he thought was a tumor in his lung was actually a plant that had sprouted from an inhaled pea. So evidently this guy sucked down a pea and it started growing in his lung. The 75-year-old said he was told the pea seed had split and sprouted in his lung, about a half an inch long. Sveden had been short of breath for several months with emphysema. When he took a turn for the worse a few months ago in May, he said he was coughing a lot, feeling listless. So his wife, Nancy, called 911. He was rushed to the hospital. They took x-rays, found that his left lung had collapsed, showed a grainy spot on the x-ray. There followed 2 more weeks of tests, prepared himself mentally for the diagnosis of lung cancer. But it was all just because of a pea growing in his lung. That is weird.
That is weird.
I said that. Things that older adults no longer want to deal with. According to BuzzFeed.com, Barb has not eaten out of the garbage, by the way. Good to know that, Barb. And keep it up. Good for you. Let's see here. Things that older adults no longer want to deal with, according to BuzzFeed.com. That includes theme parks. It includes comfortable and quality shoes. You just want your feet to be comfortable. Let's see here. Going anywhere that doesn't have a parking lot. Daylight saving time also is something that older adults no longer want to deal with. I've never wanted to deal with daylight saving time ever. It's always screwed up my sleep. Let's see here. Things that older people don't want to deal with, according to BuzzFeed, is keeping up with fashion, long or complicated trips, caring about people who don't care about them, sitting on the floor. Older people don't want to sit on the floor, basically because they can't get up. Trying certain types of new things, and also listening to new music. You know, now that I'm out of radio for a few months, I find myself not knowing the new songs on country radio. I don't listen to the radio hardly ever. I'm basically streaming stuff or downloading stuff. So when I listen to music, it's basically from the 1990s anymore. Anyone else out there on the same wavelength as me? Like, I discovered a song from 15 years ago that from one of my favorite groups that I didn't know was even out there because I didn't listen to that 15 years ago. So a new song to me is from 15 years ago that I'm just now discovering. And it's one of my favorite songs. I'm driving my wife crazy by listening to it over and over. Let's see here. Other stuff, kind of random stuff today. When should you go grocery shopping? When should you get to the groceries? The best time, let's see here. The worst time, evidently, is on Saturday afternoons between 1 and 3. That's the worst time to go grocery shopping, according to Google. Monday mornings at 8 a.m. tend to be the least crowded. So if you don't want people around when you're grocery shopping, do it Monday mornings early. Also, if you're going out to eat, restaurants, of course, tend to be the Restaurants tend to be the busiest on Friday evenings because everybody's going out, but they tend to be the least busiest on Tuesdays, starting in the afternoon through the evening. So Tuesday afternoon evenings are the best time to go out to restaurants. Let's do Let's see here. Let's do this. Some law and disorder. A woman who, you have all these people that freak out and do stupid things at restaurants because they get mad and angry, and we live in a mad and angry world. A woman who threw a bowl of hot food in a Chipotle worker's face is going to get a taste of life on the other side of the counter. Rosemary Hain, 39 years old, was originally sentenced to 6 months in jail in Ohio for her assault, with 90 days being suspended. But the judge offered to cut her jail time by a couple of months if she spent that time working at a fast food restaurant, at least 20 hours a week. The report is that she has accepted the offer, so we'll see if she gets a bowl of hot food thrown in her face. So again, her name is Rosemary Hain in Ohio. If you wanna look her up. In some good news, this makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. More than 700 families of fallen military heroes being honored at Walt Disney World Resort ahead of the holiday season. The Gary Sinise Foundation. He was Lieutenant Dan in the 4th of July movie way back when. Gary Sinise Foundation hosting the Healing Retreat with more than 1,800 loved ones as part of its annual Snowball Express event. And that is December 2nd through the 6th. So good things going on there. The Gary Sinise Foundation always treating our military veterans and heroes with such class and dignity and respect. Let's see here. Good morning to you, Kay, and everybody else that is hanging around this morning here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's do one more thing before we get out of here. Our moment of duh. Oh, did I say duh? I meant duh. Moment of duh. It might, to most of us, it would be obvious. But it might seem obvious that you probably shouldn't bring a gun, a firearm, into a machine with a powerful magnetic field. I mean, that something should click in your old brain that says don't do that. But one woman had to learn that lesson the hard way. Let's see here. It was reported on this event cited by the Food and Drug Administration in which a 57-year-old female patient who needed an MRI was shot in the butt after sneaking her gun into the machine. So she was, if you've ever had an MRI, it's like on your brain or whatever, they lay you down on the table, they slide you, it's like a little canister type thing. They slide you in, you have to hold still, and they ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. This woman had a gun on her, and she got shot in the butt. The FDA reports that before getting her scan back in June, the woman, quote, had undergone a standard screening procedure for different objects, stuff containing metals, and answered in the negative to all screening questions, including whether she had a weapon on her, which she did. Now, what came next? Once the woman entered the MRI machine and it was turned on, the handgun was attracted to the magnet and fired a single round. The bullet went into the woman's right buttocks, right into the butt. The FDA report says her entry and exit wounds were very small and superficial, and that she seemed to go on and heal. But, lesson learned. Take all your guns out of your pockets or wherever they may be on your body, and that way you don't shoot yourself while getting an MRI. Let's see here. Let's wrap this up. Hey, Julie, how you doing? Pat, good morning to you. Let's wrap this up. Let's recap. We've got Gemma Bryce, our Iowa Music Showcase today, live at Barnwired in Sigourney. That's 11:30 to noon. You can check it out live and in person. Get some coffee, get some lunch at Barnwired today, 11:30 to noon. Gemma Bryce, young lady from Oskaloosa, playing us some tunes, and we'll get to know her. Later on this evening, Keota basketball, Tri-County at Keota. We'll have JV boys at 6, followed by the varsity boys shortly thereafter. So tune in for Keota basketball live tonight. By the way, Jenny Hobbs going to be doing our play-by-play. That's a special treat. Eddie is on assignment somewhere else this week. secret. It's a secret where he's at. So it's Jenny and Andy Maguire doing commentary tonight. I'll be running the controls for Keota against Tri-County basketball tonight here on Steve Shuttler Media, Facebook and YouTube. Tomorrow we'll have the sports section, the Coaches Show live from Brothers Market in downtown Sigourney. That starts at 8. We'll have 3 different guests there. Goodness gracious, I totally forgot to announce who won our Athlete of the Week, the Keokuk County Health Center Athlete of the Week. And I'm going to butcher her name. If you're watching, I apologize. Folks in Sigourney know who I'm talking about. Is it Rihanna or Rena Utterback, our wrestler who dominates everywhere she goes? She is our Athlete of the Week, as voted on by the voters of Steve Shuttler Media on Facebook. So congratulations to you, Miss Utterback, our Athlete of the Week. I'll get that up and posted here just as soon as we get done on the Morning Wake Up, brought to us by Ottumwa Coasters. Thanks to all of our sponsors right down here for making things possible. If you're out and about and you see these businesses or business owners, make sure you thank them for sponsoring Steve Shuttler Media. Makes things possible. So we got a busy weekend. Let's get to it. We'll see you out and about, and we'll see you right here next Monday morning on the Morning Wake Up.